Welcome back to ABC GH Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the exciting developments unfolding in Port Charles with drama, romance, and danger lurking around every corner. Explosive consequences and dangerous alliances. The tension in Port Charles is reaching a boiling point as Christina Davis has taken drastic measures by tampering with Ava Jerome's car. This reckless act is setting up a catastrophic chain reaction that will inevitably pull Elizabeth Baldwin and Rick Lansing into a dangerous web of destruction. The impending crash promises to be one of the most dramatic events of the season, with potential life-altering consequences for all involved. Meanwhile, the investigation into the penthouse explosion continues to gain momentum. Brick has uncovered a promising lead regarding the mysterious assailant who nearly burned Michael Corinthos to death. He's preparing to share this critical intelligence with Sonny Corinthos and Jason Morgan, potentially bringing them one step closer to identifying the culprit behind this vicious attack. Jason, however, remains cautious and on high alert, recognizing the dangers of moving too quickly without proper preparation. Complicated relationships and difficult conversations. Felicia Scorpio is creating waves by cornering Sasha Gilmore, Corbin, placing her in an extremely uncomfortable position. This confrontation could be related to Sasha's recent dealings with the enigmatic Sidwell or possibly her connections to Jason. Sasha's recent agreement with Sidwell has placed her in a precarious situation that's now drawing unwanted attention from those around her. In a more personal development, Ava Jerome and Nina Reeves are engaged in a heart-to-heart conversation about Sonny Corinthos. Ava appears to be seeing Sonny through a different lens, though it remains unclear whether she'll divulge the concerning details about his recent collapse and medication issues. This newfound perspective could dramatically shift the dynamics between these complex characters, potentially creating new alliances or deepening existing rifts. Family bonds and reconciliation efforts. Across town, Molly Lansing Davis is making a heartfelt attempt to repair her fractured relationship with her sister Christina. Despite initial resistance from Christina, Molly offers her the freedom to maintain their current distant relationship if that's what she truly wants. However, Molly's genuine desire to rebuild their sisterly bond shines through as she expresses hope for reconciliation. She seems optimistic that with dedicated effort, they might recapture the close connection they once shared. In a parallel effort at family harmony, Rick Lansing and Alexis Davis are attempting to set aside their recent disagreements for Molly's benefit. Their meeting in Alexis's office represents a mature attempt to prioritize their daughter's well-being over their personal conflicts, demonstrating that even the most complicated relationships in Port Charles can find moments of cooperation. Romance and unexpected proposals. Lucky Spencer has surprised Elizabeth Baldwin with an impromptu invitation for a weekend getaway. This unexpected proposal has caught Elizabeth completely off guard, leaving her contemplating what this could mean for their relationship. As she considers this invitation, viewers are left wondering if this could be the beginning of a rekindled romance, or perhaps something more complicated. Jordan Ashford's relationship with Isaiah Gannon continues to develop as they share flirtatious moments at her residence. Their chemistry is undeniable as Jordan opens up to him about personal matters. She may be updating him on her strategic plans regarding Jen Sidwell, which could potentially raise new concerns for Isaiah. This evolving relationship adds another layer of complexity to the already intricate social web of Port Charles. Secrets and deception. Harrison Chase finds himself in an increasingly difficult position as he struggles to come to terms with the shocking revelation that Dante Falconeri is the biological father of Brooklyn Quartermain's child. During a conversation with Brooklyn, Chase acknowledges that keeping this monumental secret is something he'll need to adjust to, despite the personal toll it takes on him. The weight of deceiving his partner and friend weighs heavily on his conscience, yet he understands the importance of maintaining this confidence. Brooklyn may question Chase about his recent confrontation with Lulu Spencer, cautioning him that antagonizing her was potentially unwise. Despite these warnings, Chase remains steadfast in his belief that establishing boundaries with Lulu was necessary to ensure her discretion. This delicate balance of truth, lies, and loyalty continues to test the characters' moral compasses and relationships. Next, we will learn about the swirling rumors and mounting tension in Port Charles as fans speculate about the potential departures of two beloved characters. The drama is reaching a fever pitch, and we're here to break it all down for you. A legacy of love and loss. Elizabeth Weber's journey. Elizabeth Weber, portrayed by the talented Rebecca Herbst since 1997, has been a cornerstone of Port Charles for over 2 decades. As the granddaughter of original lead character Steve Hardy, Elizabeth's roots run deep in the fabric of General Hospital. Her journey has been marked by triumph and tragedy, love and loss, making her one of the most complex and beloved characters on the show. Recent events have cast a shadow over Elizabeth's future in Port Charles. While fans previously worried about her being a target for the nefarious Cyrus, his demise seemed to resolve that particular threat. However, in true soap opera fashion, cheating death once doesn't guarantee continued safety. Elizabeth now finds herself potentially caught in the crossfire of a plot not even meant for her, adding a layer of cruel irony to her predicament. The possibility of Elizabeth's departure has sent shockwaves through the fan community. Her relationships, particularly her on-again, off-again romance with Lucky Spencer, have been a focal point of the show for years. The potential for their reunion, now tinged with the possibility of tragedy, adds a bittersweet element to their story. If Elizabeth were to meet an untimely end just as she and Lucky were on the brink of reconciliation, it would be a devastating blow not only to Lucky, but to the entire Port Charles community. Elizabeth's potential exit would leave a gaping hole in the heart of General Hospital. Her role as a nurse, friend, mother, and lover has touched nearly every character on the canvas. The ripple effects of her loss would be felt for years to come, potentially reshaping the dynamics of the entire show. As fans anxiously await the next developments, they can't help but reflect on Elizabeth's incredible journey and the indelible mark she's left on Port Charles. The looming threat, Sonny Corinthos' health crisis. Sonny Corinthos, the charismatic crime lord portrayed by Maurice Benard since 1993, has been a titan of Port Charles for 3 decades. His presence has defined much of the show's drama, with his complex relationships and dangerous lifestyle providing endless storylines. However, recent events have cast a pall over Sonny's future, leaving fans on edge about the potential loss of this iconic character. Sonny's ongoing heart problems have been a source of concern for some time, but recent developments have amplified these worries. A chilling teaser showed Sonny collapsing to the floor, his pill bottle rolling away as Ava Jerome looked on with a mix of shock and mockery. This scene, reminiscent of the famous Edward Quartermain fake heart attack plot, has left fans wondering if this is the beginning of the end for Sonny. The timing of Sonny's health crisis is particularly poignant, coming on the heels of discussions about Michael's burns and Morgan's death. These reminders of past tragedies seem to foreshadow potential future loss, adding emotional weight to Sonny's current predicament. The juxtaposition of Sonny's vulnerability with Ava's callous response highlights the complex relationships and long-standing feuds that have defined Port Charles for years. If Sonny were to exit the show, it would mark the end of an era for General Hospital. His influence extends far beyond his immediate family, touching every corner of Port Charles. From his business dealings to his personal relationships, Sonny's presence has been a driving force in countless storylines. The power vacuum left by his departure would undoubtedly lead to a major shift in the show's dynamics, potentially setting the stage for new conflicts and alliances. A web of intrigue, Christina's revenge, and unintended consequences. While Sonny and Elizabeth's fates hang in the balance, a separate but potentially interconnected plot is unfolding. Christina Corinthos Davis, driven by grief and anger over the loss of her unborn child, appears to have taken drastic action against Ava Jerome. The implication that Christina has tampered with someone's brakes adds a ticking time bomb element to the already tense atmosphere in Port Charles. A tantalizing teaser showed Lucky confronting Christina about her actions, hinting at the far-reaching consequences of her revenge plot. The fact that the driver's identity is obscured in this scene suggests a twist in the making. While Ava may be the intended target, the possibility that another character, potentially Elizabeth, could become an unintended victim adds a layer of tragic irony to the situation. This storyline showcases the intricate web of relationships and long-standing grudges that define life in Port Charles. Christina's actions, born out of personal pain, have the potential to affect multiple characters and storylines. The ripple effects of her choices could reshape the landscape of Port Charles in ways she never anticipated. The heartbeat of Port Charles, fan reactions, and speculations. As these dramatic events unfold, the General Hospital fan community is abuzz with theories and emotional reactions. The possibility of losing long-standing characters like Sonny and Elizabeth has sparked intense discussions about the future of the show. Fans are dissecting every scene, looking for clues about what might come next. The potential exits of these beloved characters raise questions about the show's direction. How would Port Charles change without Sonny's commanding presence or Elizabeth's compassionate influence? What new characters or storylines might emerge to fill the void left by their departures? These questions keep fans engaged and emotionally invested in the unfolding drama. The unpredictable nature of soap opera storytelling. Of course, as with any soap opera, nothing is certain until it plays out on screen. The writers of General Hospital have a long history of surprising viewers with unexpected twists and turns. What seems like a character's exit could turn into a miraculous recovery or a faked death. The uncertainty keeps fans on the edge of their seats, eagerly tuning in to see what happens next. This unpredictability is part of what makes General Hospital so compelling. The show has a rich history of subverting expectations and taking storylines in unexpected directions. Whether Sunny and Elizabeth ultimately leave Port Charles or find a way to overcome their current challenges, their stories are sure to keep viewers engaged and emotionally invested. Looking ahead, the future of Port Charles. As fans anxiously await the next developments in these gripping storylines, one thing is clear: the drama in Port Charles is far from over. The potential departures of Sunny and Elizabeth, coupled with Christina's revenge plot and its unintended consequences, set the stage for a series of explosive events that could reshape the entire canvas of General Hospital. Whatever the outcome, these storylines highlight the enduring appeal of General Hospital, the show's ability to weave together multiple plot threads, long-standing character histories, and emotional stakes continues to captivate audiences. As we look to the future, one thing is certain: the heart of Port Charles will continue to beat with drama, passion, and unexpected twists for years to come. Stay tuned to ABC's General Hospital to see how these gripping storylines unfold. Will Sunny and Elizabeth find a way to overcome their challenges? What consequences will Christina face for her actions? And how will the landscape of Port Charles change in the wake of these dramatic events? Next, we will learn about the shocking developments surrounding Valentin Casadin's apparent exit from Port Charles and what this means for the future of General Hospital. Unresolved mysteries and lingering questions. The mysterious circumstances surrounding Austin Gatlin Holt's murder continue to perplex viewers and characters alike, casting a long shadow over Port Charles. Despite widespread speculation pointing to Cyrus Renaud as the prime suspect, General Hospital writers have yet to provide definitive closure on this chilling case. This unresolved storyline mirrors the current confusion surrounding Valentin's sudden imprisonment, creating a pattern of intentionally dangling plot threads that keep audiences engaged and speculating. Many loyal viewers have expressed growing frustration and bewilderment regarding Jack Brennan's unexpected release from Pentonville prison. The timing seems suspiciously convenient, especially considering Valentin's simultaneous need to go on the run. This peculiar synchronicity has fueled numerous fan theories about potential corruption within the prison system or perhaps a larger conspiracy at play. Could Brennan's release be part of an elaborate scheme orchestrated by an as-yet unrevealed puppet master? The writers seem to be deliberately weaving these seemingly disconnected events into what could eventually become a shocking revelation. Anna Devane's stern warning to Brennan about holding him personally responsible should anything happen to Valentin carries significant weight, especially given her background in international espionage. Her threat wasn't delivered as a casual remark, but rather as a solemn promise from someone with the skills and connections to follow through. This moment of tension between Anna and Brennan highlights the complex web of loyalties and suspicions that define Port Charles, where even those tasked with upholding justice often operate in morally ambiguous territory. Anna's reflection and emotional turmoil. According to upcoming spoilers for Friday, March 26, Anna Devane will find herself in a contemplative state, looking back on her complicated past. This introspective moment could very well center on her tumultuous romantic history with Valentin, a relationship defined by equal parts passion and betrayal. Their connection has always existed in the gray area between love and strategic alliance, making it one of the most complex relationships in Port Charles. Anna's recent comments about feeling constrained and needing to make the right choice suggest an internal struggle that goes beyond simple regret. She appears to be wrestling with fundamental questions about her identity and values, perhaps wondering if her dedication to justice has come at too high a personal cost. The weight of her decision to trust Jack Brennan with Valentin's transport to Steinmauer prison clearly weighs heavily on her conscience, indicating that despite their complicated history, she still harbors deep feelings for Valentin. The decision to entrust Brennan with Valentin's fate has sparked considerable outrage among fans who recognize the potential danger this places Valentin in. Many viewers have taken to social media to express their disappointment in Anna's judgment, questioning whether her professional obligations have clouded her usually impeccable instincts. This storyline brilliantly explores the constant tug-of-war between duty and personal attachment that has defined Anna's character throughout her tenure on General Hospital. James Patrick Stewart's 9-year journey as Valentin. James Patrick Stewart has brought the complex character of Valentin Cassadine to life intermittently over the past 9 years, creating one of the most nuanced villains in soap opera history. The intermittently aspect of his tenure proves particularly significant now, as it reflects the nature of his recurring status on the show. Unlike contract players who appear regularly, recurring characters like Valentin can disappear for extended periods before making dramatic returns that shake up the status quo in Port Charles. Despite not having a standard contract, Stewart has managed to create storylines that have captivated audiences for months or even years at a time. His portrayal of Valentin has evolved from that of a straightforward villain to a multi-dimensional character capable of both terrible cruelty and surprising tenderness, particularly in his relationship with his daughter Charlotte. This evolution represents some of the finest character development on daytime television, making his potential departure all the more impactful. A cursory examination of Stewart's IMDb page reveals a curious absence of upcoming projects, which seems unusual given his impressive history of consistent work across various entertainment mediums. His versatility as an actor has allowed him to transition seamlessly between soap operas and voice acting for animated productions, building a diverse and impressive portfolio. This current gap in his professional schedule has led to speculation about his future plans, with some suggesting he might be focusing on his musical endeavors or possibly taking a well-deserved break from the demanding world of television production. As a recurring actor, Stewart remains theoretically available should the producers at General Hospital decide to bring Valentin back into the fold. This arrangement provides the show with considerable flexibility, allowing them to reintroduce the character whenever a storyline would benefit from his particular brand of charming villainy. The situation bears similarities to that of Nicholas Cassadine, another complex character whose fate remains uncertain following Adam Huss's portrayal. The proliferation of Valentin-like characters in what appears to be a strategic move by the writers, General Hospital has recently introduced multiple characters who bear striking similarities to different facets of Valentin's multifaceted personality. This creative decision has not gone unnoticed by observant fans, many of whom interpret it as foreshadowing Stewart's departure from the show. Jack Brennan emerged as the first of these Valentin analogs, embodying the morally ambiguous gray hat version of the character. Brennan operates in that ethically murky territory that Valentin often inhabited, neither wholly villainous nor truly heroic. This character seems designed to fill the narrative void that would be left by Valentin's more redeemable moments, providing the show with a complex antagonist who occasionally allies with the protagonists when circumstances demand it. Following Brennan's introduction, viewers were introduced to Jens Sidwell, who represents Valentin at his most villainous. Sidwell embodies the black-hatted version of Valentin, displaying the ruthlessness and calculating nature that made Valentin such a formidable adversary in his earlier appearances. By splitting Valentin's personality traits between these two new characters, the writers appear to be ensuring that his absence won't leave a significant gap in the show's antagonist roster. This proliferation of Valentin-esque characters strongly suggests that Stewart is indeed being phased out, though not in a manner that would completely eliminate the character types he so brilliantly portrayed. Speculation about his departure intensified when social media posts revealed that Stewart and his wife had relocated to Portland, announcing "Jocelyn and I are now Portlanders" in June. While many actors do commute considerable distances for their roles, this geographical shift combined with the introduction of replacement characters paints a compelling picture of a planned exit strategy. When a fan playfully commented that Stewart's move better not mean you're leaving GH because you'll have to answer to me, his telling silence spoke volumes. The absence of a reassuring response has been interpreted by many as tacit confirmation of his departure, further fueling speculation about Valentin's future on the show. The suspicious circumstances of Valentin's sentencing. The March 24th episode of General Hospital appears to have marked the conclusion of Valentin Cassadine's current storyline, featuring an emotional farewell to his daughter Charlotte and his subsequent transfer to Steinmauer prison to serve a life sentence. However, the circumstances surrounding this sentencing have raised numerous red flags among attentive viewers. The absence of a trial, jury, or even plea bargain negotiations defies legal logic and standard judicial procedures, leaving many fans questioning the legitimacy of Valentin's conviction. This procedural anomaly seems particularly glaring given Valentin's resources and connections, which would typically ensure a minimum of vigorous legal defense. Many viewers had anticipated that Valentin would strategically implicate Jack Brennan to mitigate his own legal jeopardy, making his apparent acceptance of a life sentence without fighting back seem wildly out of character. The phrase "till next time" that Valentin directed toward Anna as he was escorted from the PCPD in shackles offers a tantalizing hint that his incarceration may be shorter-lived than it appears. This parting comment suggests that Valentin himself doesn't view this as a permanent situation, but rather as a temporary setback in his ongoing saga. Such confidence implies that he either has an escape plan already in motion or believes that exonerating evidence will eventually come to light. Adding another layer of intrigue to this situation is the mysterious favor that Jason Morgan promised to Valentin. Jason's involvement introduces a wildcard element to the storyline, as his unique skill set and underworld connections could provide Valentin with a potential lifeline. This promised favor remains a narrative Chekhov's gun, waiting to be fired at a dramatically appropriate moment. Despite these hopeful indicators, concerns about Stewart's departure from the show continue to mount. Fans have clung to optimism that General Hospital wouldn't permanently part ways with such a talented veteran, known for his memorable portrayal of the villain Will Cortlandt on All My Children, before taking on the role of Valentin. However, the accumulation of evidence suggesting his exit has become increasingly difficult to ignore. As viewers process these developments, many questions remain unanswered. Is Valentin truly facing a life behind bars, or is this merely a temporary plot device to facilitate a dramatic return? Has Stewart indeed left General Hospital, or might he return for future storylines? The ambiguity surrounding these questions ensures that fans will remain engaged and speculative, eagerly anticipating each new episode for potential clues about Valentin's ultimate fate. In the ever-evolving landscape of Port Charles, one thing remains certain: whether Valentin returns or remains permanent, imprisoned, his impact on the show and its characters will continue to reverberate through storylines for years to come. His complex relationships, particularly with Anna and Charlotte, have created emotional investments that transcend his physical presence on screen, ensuring that even in absence, Valentin Cassadine remains an influential force in the world of General Hospital. Stay tuned to our channel for more updates and spoilers as this intriguing situation continues to develop.